Week 23, we got 4 moves in deck today. First, starting with the chair for some hip thrusts. So the best way to get that glute activation, it's gonna be a hip thrust. We're gonna add a little spice, throw a march in there to spice things up. Then we'll come down on the floor for some inverse Sam shells or clam shells. Make sure you have a block, something to place between your knees to keep them at hip level. Come down onto the floor still for bird dog, so a little deep core action, and then we're gonna end with a 90-90 side camel, so help release any of that tension that might be developing around ligament pain, anything like that. Let's start with those hip thrusts. So set the block to the side. Use the chair or a bench or something about this height, because we're gonna thrust the hips up with this. You can also use, if you have one of the big birth balls, lower it down so that your hips can come towards the floor. Lift, press the hips up. Once they come up, you're gonna add a single leg march. Ooh, that booty though. Lower, lift, march. 30 seconds right here. Focus on keeping your hips balanced and level. So almost like you're balancing 2 cups of coffee or matcha or wine or insert beverage of choice. I realize I listed like 2 beverages that are probably not your go-to prenatal beverages, but work with me. Squeeze your seat, lift, draw the knee in. Tension out of the neck and jaw, last one. Lift, hips up, woo! That march, come all the way down. All right, get that chair out of here. You guys, hip thrusts, I'm telling you, hip thrusts are one of the most effective exercises to get that booty burn, find that glute activation. You're gonna take that block between your knees, lower down onto your side, hollow out through your core, lift and create that tiny pocket of air between your bottom oblique and the floor, pull the top hip away. From here, you're just gonna focus on that internal rotation, pulling the hips away, lower down, lift and squeeze, 30 seconds here. Once you find this alignment that feels productive, you can always let your head rest in the bicep. 30 seconds of these internal rotations. Abs are in. You're hollow through your core. So this is as the belly starts to grow, it's gonna wanna pull us forward. You wanna take the arch out of the low back. Last one, lower it all the way down. Remove that block, press yourself up. We're gonna just go right into the other side. So come onto that other side, press it down, bring that block. Every time I lay down like this, I'm like, ooh, a nap sounds nice. Find those hips perpendicular. Pull the top hip away. Ankles come apart as you press down through the block, lifting through the glutes. Take it out of that TFL or hip flexor. Bring the energy into the glutes with this. So glute med, rotating up and then down. Pull the top hip away. Mine likes to creep up. Pull the top hip away. That's going to be really important for this one. Last one, and release. Beautiful. Keep the block between your knees. Press yourself up. I know I said bird dog, but we're gonna mix things up a little bit. It's 15 seconds of a bear hover, then 15 seconds of a bird dog. So for this, you're gonna lift, press yourself up into that tabletop, flex the toes, big inhale through the nose. Exhale, hugging through those low abs. Squeeze on the block, get those inner thighs going. 15 seconds of these taps right here, just down and up. Feel the abs turning on, squeezing in on the block. 15 seconds, just down. It's short, it's sweet, it's spicy. 3, 2, 1, and down. Remove the block. Now we move into that bird dog. Let's go 15 seconds. You're just gonna lower and lift this side. And then we'll do 15 seconds, lower and lift the other side. Keep the hips stable. Try not to rock. 3, 2, and switch sides. Woo! Here we go. Up, down. Squeezing into your glutes. Back stays nice and flat, chin is off the chest. Keeping that spine nice and long. That side camel on deck in 3. In 2 and 1. Lower it down. Oh, ho, ho, ho. We did it. Spin it around. Find that 90-90 sit. So front leg at 90, back leg at 90. And when I say 90, I mean 90 degrees hips, 90 degrees the knees. So your front thigh and your back shin are parallel. Front shin, back thigh parallel. You know the drill. Get out of here, block. Find that big mermaid stretch up and over. And then you're gonna press down into that hand, send the hips up. Lengthening into that side. We're just gonna find 30 seconds on either side. And lower it down, release. Repeat that again. Big reach up, pull through the front of the body. So you wanna find that length right in here, sending the hips forward, releasing any tension that might have built up into those hip flexors. Big reach up here, send the hips forward. And the last one, lower it all the way down. Switch those legs, moving right into the other side. Stay up nice and tall. Just start with that windmill. And reach up, hit it. Press the hips up and forward. Nice long stretch through the front of the body. Lower down, take that release as needed. Watch how the legs like to move. Sometimes they get a little twisted. Or they slip and slide depending on what surface you're on. Press the hips forward. We want to release those round ligaments. Those ligaments in the front here, they're responsible for holding the uterus in place. So they hold and attach the uterus in the pelvis so it's not just sloshing around. And lower it all the way down. Ooh, pull it all the way in. You guys, way to crush this week. I will see you next week.